Yo, welcome back. It's the Doom Wizard, March 28th, a moist one here in the Catskills. Felt like giving you guys a quick update of things happening around the world because this is what I do, report on the latest state of doom. Hit the like and subscribe. I could use your support to make this content possible. The donation link is in the description. Now, as you may or may not already know, this administration has redacted and fast-tracked ourselves into climate oblivion. The latest findings from Security Intelligence Briefing Officer Tulsi Gabbard indicates that climate change isn't even on the list of threats facing U.S. consumers. Notice how I didn't say citizens. Also, places like the National Institute of Health, the EPA, FEMA, who's completely unprepared for the upcoming hurricane season, which you may already know that last year caused $500 billion worth of damage, and all it takes is one Texas-sized hurricane to come through and ruin millions of people's lives, displacing hundreds of thousands of more to new places where they have to find jobs which don't really exist because the job market is cooked. Yes, I'm sure you've seen many videos on this now. You can send out resumes left and right and hope you get a single response. Thankfully, I have an interview at a cider making company next week, which I'm particularly thrilled about because I do enjoy myself some cider. Yes, Doom Wizard appreciates novelty. And also, I'm aware of that earthquake in Malaysia, which has killed over 1,000 people. Whether or not climate change is inducing fractures in our tectonic system and seismic movement is perhaps up for debate, but certainly a worth looking into. And I know about the Signal chat leak, which I haven't really talked about because I don't really care. What did you expect from a circus clown show being brought into this administration without our decision? Although a few months ago, everyone just seemed to be thrilled about wearing their red MAGA hat and getting all hyped up for some kind of change for the people. But we know we've just got effed to the maximum. Prices are even higher than pre-pandemic levels, and the bottom 50% of the population has 2.5% of the nation's wealth. This data released this week from the Federal Reserve, indicating that most of us are living in basically Great Depression era levels of quality of lifestyle, masked over with smartphones and copious amounts of consumer debt, auto loans, etc. This epiphany hit me around 2020. I've always been a few years ahead of my time, to my dismay, that I wasn't getting anywhere. I was working my ass off and just being paycheck to paycheck. The only people I know that were like really doing well had a two-party system. I mean, they had a partner who loved them, and that's even a gamble, and they both supported each other through their way to success, which is just ever greater levels of complexity. What do I mean by that? I mean, they're tied up with mortgages, kids, daycare, expectations from their coworkers, etc. And on that note, I had a new-ish boss with a company I tried working for entailed to me that it was my responsibility to set a good example for reducing emissions. Do I eat a vegetarian-based diet, drive an electric car off-grid here, which I have no way of charging, use cardboard straws and recycle, all of this bullshit? It's this brainwashing going on, this social, cultural zeitgeist that it's our responsibility. And that's total utter bullshit. We know this by now. I don't need to tell you guys this, but I'm just saying all this for the record. You know it's my job to tell you the news and be real about it because most of the population is just checked out, apathetic, and brainwashed zombies. The obvious answer to that was billionaires who are emitting copious amounts of emissions in their private jets and yachts and so on and so forth. And yet we have channels like Solar Punk Alina, oh bless her little heart, thinking that we could just confront tyranny, take over land, and turn it into regenerative agriculture and a utopian society. Except we're so far past gone. This is why I'm 16-something years older than you, probably. Because I have life experience and wisdom, and I can tell you, having lived this, that most people would rather starve. They have no arms to bear up and fight against corporate totalitarianism and corruption. They will get mowed down with that would get torn in half, okay, if you tried to confront the government and whatever party's in charge. But I was young and naive once, I admit. Something changed. I started living life and experiencing, actually having real-world experiences, which have led me through knowledge and experience to come here in the forest and tell you the truth that this is the last stable decade of our lives. And I say this over and over. Impress yourself. Worthy advice given to me. Because the next one is going to be hell on earth. There's going to be mass migration, global food breadbasket failures, geopolitical conflict, and the Arctic is going to melt and potentially an AMOC shutdown, among many other things, also soil degradation, etc., etc. So if you're thinking about making the transition in your life to something that would entail more tranquility and peace in it, while still having to minimally engage in the system, which is fundamentally ecocidal and destructive in nature, it is consume until exhaustion or death, which is where we're headed, as I indicated at the beginning of this. Any and all progress we would have thought to make on, for instance, the climate battle is gone. It is in denial from this administration. So, whatever it is, that lifestyle that you wanted, go for it now. I'm not telling you to max out your credit cards and just, doom spend like crazy. I'm saying to do this in a smart way. Network, find an eco community, do something with people, and impress yourself. Again, I repeat that. Take care of your health. I think I might publish a vlog type video. I have a lot of footage to comb through. My hand is hurting right now after a small fall I took. And stay toasty, my friends. I'll talk to you soon. See ya.